Usually try to pick you guys up, but chat, I'm gonna need you to pick us up tonight. I'm gonna need you guys to do the heavy lifting here.
Oh boy!
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Losers
Here
Lounge.
we go.
Presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Choose your offer. Find out why. Whatever the moment. Never ordinary at Bet365. We tough game, but at least we also lost our bets.
Yeah,
all of them. It was horrible.
This is all around horrible night. But good news, it's also super late. We're in the Toyota Losers Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Hop in the Toyota chat, but be friendly to each other, guys. It's not the chat's fault. It's not our fault. It's everybody else's fault, to be honest with you. But not theirs and not ours. Brennan Vogt's here.
Couldn't agree more. Shout out Dev, who's the first person in human history to wear a Jokic shirt, and it was poorly timed. I don't think that's ever happened to anyone ever. Yo, can we cut to Dev just for 1 second?
Awkward. This is awkward.
That seemed like a foolproof strategy.
You might have to burn that shirt. You might have to go all.
I got a hoodie over there if you want to wrap yourself up or something.
You might have to go all Denzel and American Gangster. Burn that shit.
Harrison Wynn's also here.
Oh man, I really almost went Colfax mode tonight.
You kind of did, to be honest.
Yeah.
You actually did. For a second, you did go Colfax
You
mode.
did. You really
You got
did.
up, walked downstairs. You might have stepped out a toe onto Colfax. For like, you know what? I'll come back in.
First Colfax mode of the season.
Tough. And then
Hopefully it's the last.
And then over there, Superstar Dev.
I just cannot believe what we went through. None of us deserve it. None of us deserve it. Besides Vogt.
Besides Vogt.
I might deserve it a little.
What did he do? Nuggets lose, and this one had everything that you hate about basketball.
This season, man.
We can't get
My
out of
God.
We can't get out of this purgatory we're in. It's so unbearable. Nuggets lose 115-114, and when you hear the details of this one, if you're tuning in, when you hear there's a lot bad. There is some good.
Sure.
Julian Strawther,
Yeah.
Brucey B.
Yeah.
You know?
So a lot of guys played well.
Yeah, some guys played well. Let's go to a fast breakdown because we have to. First note did not tell the story tonight, and it kills me. Aggressive start from Cam Johnson. Love to see it. He had 8 quick points, him and Julian Strawther, but Cam Johnson, man, confident and aggressive. That ended after that note. Nuggets playing significantly more focused. That's also a truth. The first quarter, that defense was really dialed in, and Denver just had an intensity to them, man. A completely different energy to this team to start this game. They started great, but they left a bunch of points on the board. It's like Denver was playing hard, but the ball wasn't bouncing for them. They were missing some shots. Jokic was off. It was really weird. 25-24 Clippers after one, and it was like, how did they win that quarter? Denver was doing so many things right. Second quarter, Bruce Brown going off, but so was Benedict Mathurin also going off. It was a real duel between those two guys. Julian was playing incredible, though, getting rebounds, getting stops, hitting shots. He was really good in this game. And then Murray, offense wasn't coming to him, but defensively, he had so many plays. He had a bunch of like key defensive plays in that first half, and especially in that second quarter. And the Nuggets storm back, and they take a lead in the half, 52-45. Third quarter, Julian was still cooking. He remained hot even in the third quarter, but Jokic was so off. He was missing layups. He was missing floaters. Then he was taking threes and missing those as well. He was so off in this game, having some turnovers. Nuggets opened up a 10-point lead, though, halfway through the quarter, and I was like, there it is. It just felt like you just needed something to fall, and then Denver would open it up. But then an immediate Clippers run to take a lead. It was like in a 13-2 run right after it felt like Denver had wrestled control of the game. 8 turnovers in the quarter for Denver. That was the story of that third quarter. They had a 10-point lead, and then they turned it over every time, and the Clippers retook the lead 78-77 onto the fourth quarter. Started with a kerfuffle between Big Val and Lederhosen. The two guys were really frustrated with each other.
Lederhauser.
And there was 3 technical fouls, 1 on us, 2 on them. That means Denver gets a free throw. And after that, some inspired basketball from Big Val and the fellas. They opened up a 5-point lead. But the fourth quarter was really, in large part, it was defined by fouls because they were in the bonus with 8 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Then Denver was in the bonus with 8 minutes and 1 second to go. How many free throws do you think were shot in that fourth quarter? 35?
30-something.
I mean, it was a lot of free throws, but both teams in the bonus. Nuggets up 2, entering the clutch. Let's go to clutch time. Can the Nuggets get a clutch time win?
God.
Not if Derek Jones Jr. has anything to say about it. He was on fire. Free throws, threes, getting to the basket, and ones. It was unbelievable. And then Jokic, who was just discombobulated, created a fast break foul. Had a fast break foul. It was his 5th foul, and it put the Nuggets down 3. Jokic then rebounded, though, with a tough floater, down 2 with a minute to go. The Clippers took a timeout with 4.6 seconds on the clock. It was their second to last timeout of the game. Very strange, with a minute to go. Draw up a play. Nuggets got to stop, and it's like, all right, here we go. Jokic tied it with a post-up over Collins. All right, here we go, final minute. But Mathurin got fouled, knocks down 2 free throws. Jokic tries to respond on the other end, and he gets blocked at the rim by Brook Lopez. Blocked. Stopped, shut down, unbelievable. Tim Hardaway Jr. then fouled, even though there was 5-second differential. He didn't have to foul, but he just immediately fouled. So they get free throws and they go up 4. Jamal Murray got a quick dunk the other way. The Clippers panicked because there was only, 20 seconds, 16 seconds left. And they inbound the ball, take a dribble, and then call their last timeout, which means they don't get to advance the ball. But I don't think Ty Lue knew that. Because he drew up a play clearly at half court. They come out and set up like they're going to run a play at half court. And the ref tells them, no, you're taking the ball out over here. They were not prepared for it. Denver was in a prime position to get a stop or a steal or force something uncomfortable. But instead, over the top to Brook Lopez, who somehow got behind Cam Johnson for a dunk. Oh, that was so painful to watch. Murray comes down and hits an incredibly tough 3, though, with 10 seconds left to cut it to 1. So there's life again. Nuggets foul. Clippers hit 2 free throws. Nuggets get the ball up. They don't foul up 3. The Clippers do not. So Jamal Murray gets to his spot and kind of draws a phantom foul. I don't think Derek Jones Jr. fouled him, but with 0.9 seconds left, he got fouled for a 3, down 3. And it reminds us of what happened a month ago in this exact scenario. He steps to the line. He makes the first. He makes the second. And he misses the third, and the game ends. Not only does Denver fumble away this game throughout the entirety of it, they have a gift handed to them to tie the game at the foul line, and once again, Jamal Murray chokes, this time on the 3rd free throw. I think he's now had 3 free throws at the end of games. He's missed the first, he's missed the second, and now he's missed the 3rd. So
Well, that means the next time he's going to make all 3.
He's going to make or yes, we would hope. Nuggets lose, man. What a painful one. So many things to talk about. Let's go to Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways. Dev, go for it.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway in this one is it is very hard to be not be a pessimistic right now. Like you have to be down on this team right now. And while I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of doomers, I have to go after the one of the few bright spots that we've seen tonight. Bruce Braun continues to be in a great part of the season for him. He looks like he's completely back. He went 6 of 9 from the field, knocked down 3 3-pointers. He was perfect at one point, got them back in the game, built on the lead, and did everything. He got rebounds. He set the tone on defense. He set up other guys. I'm very shocked that he did not close in this one with the performance that he had. Bruce Braun, the Bruce is loose.
Bruce is, I love it. Hey, some optimism. You're right. Bruce
I'm
Brown.
glad you were optimistic because I'm going to go negative.
Well,
Shocker.
yeah.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is I remember in the preseason heading into the year, we were talking about this being the smartest team of the Jokic era.
Oh.
This is not a smart team right now, man. They do not play like a high IQ team. And that shows up in so many different areas. I mean, the defense all season, it's been terrible. I mean, the clutch defense has been even worse. Cam Johnson letting Brook Lopez get behind him on that out of bounds play. How does that happen? The turnovers, whatever happened in the clutch today, where the 2-man game just wasn't working how it usually does. It's just like something's not clicking for this team. And I mean, it's on some hand, it's not surprising because they've had so many injuries. They've had so many guys in and out of the lineup. But they don't feel like a smart team. And that is a crazy thing to say when you have this personnel and you have Nikola Jokic, who, my God, man, he's got to stop grifting. It's out of control. He's in his own head. Like, it's ridiculous right now.
The Intuit Dome was chanting flopper,
And they
flopper.
were exactly right. It's out of control, man. But I don't know.
By the way, Cade Cunningham had a comment today. He said foul baiting is the worst thing going on in the NBA right now.
Embarrassing.
And he said 3 of your top 5 players are the worst at it.
It's embarrassing,
So
man.
you can guess who he's talking about. I'll bet he's talking about Shea. I'll bet he's talking about Luka. I'll bet he's talking about Nikola. And unfortunately, Jokic earned this reputation in such short order. He's been the anti-flopper for so long. All of a sudden now everybody's chanting flopper at him. Sucks.
So, there's just so many things that were frustrating about this game. Some of the decisions from David Adelman in the clutch were kind of mind-boggling, but just this team isn't playing like the smart team that we thought they were right now, and really haven't been that for a lot of the season.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is I am concerned and flabbergasted with what's going on in the clutch this year with the Denver Nuggets. An important preface, they have had a lot of different guys in and out closing these games. That is fair. It's worth acknowledging. Put it to the side. There are some more fair follow-ups to that, which is it's February 19th, and no matter what configuration they've thrown out there, there's a little bit of a stretch, actually, when the big guy was out, where they were a little bit better in the clutch in a favorable stretch of schedule. But for the most part, they just haven't put it together. And the two-man game, you haven't really seen it in sync in the final 5 minutes of a game to deliver a win, unless I'm mistaken. I can't remember one where you go, yeah, it was those guys and the two-man game that won this game. Defensively, it seems like a lot of the guys can't be bothered, right, in clutch time. Tonight, again, they played good defense for most of this game. In the clutch, it just kind of slips through their fingers. And, you know, sometimes it's just layup lines out there. So the clutch defense is horrendous, and that's on the players. Jamal and Jokic have to figure this out in the clutch time. That's on them. And some of this has to be on the staff as well. I mean, I am very sympathetic to the moving pieces, the game of musical chairs they're playing with. All the same, for 3 years running, this team was a top 3 team in the clutch, if not just outright, straight up dominant and elite in the clutch. And right now, they just don't even look very organized in the clutch. They don't look like they know what they would like to do. So there are some reasons you can point to. There are some dynamics in play here that serve as some sort of explanation, but not a satisfactory one to me. Ultimately, it's February 19th, and the Denver Nuggets are a liability in the clutch. I expect them to lose these games more than win them right now.
I know.
And that's alarming to me.
Tonight was the first night where I just felt like they hit the clutch. I was like, damn, it's a close game in the clutch, which I don't know if I've ever felt that before. I really don't think I have. So we're going to have to talk more about that. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, though, is all about the big fella. 22 points tonight, 17 rebounds, 6 assists, but 6 turnovers. And he's got to look, man, he's coming off of injury. And I think this is a real thing. You know, he's never missed this amount of time. He's clearly out of sync. I don't mind the out of sync part. Even the turnovers, you know what? He's out of sync, so he's going to have some turnovers. Missing bunnies, out of sync. I can get it. But just the demeanor, man. This is the thing that even your great players, we did a show the other day where I said, does Jokic have something to prove? And I know some people didn't like it because it's like, oh, you guys take for granted or can't believe this. Couple bad games, you think this. It's not about that. Is that I think Jokic's the greatest player of all time. It's that I think he's unbelievable. And there is, when you're at that level, you have to just check every box. Even if you check 1,000 boxes, if there's a few that you don't, you have to check those and you have to always kind of like hone those. Right now, for me, it's leadership, and it's not the type where it's pull everybody in and grab the whiteboard and draw something up. It's what are you focused on? What's your energy level? And when I mean energy, I'm not saying giving effort. I'm saying Jokic's energy kind of sucks. He's constantly fighting. He's constantly whining. He's constantly flopping. His just mind seems on all the tomfoolery of the game right now, and not on just like Denver doesn't seem particularly tough at the moment. Jokic's tough. I don't think he's very mentally tough at the moment. And you know, again, missing shots and some of the stuff, I just know it'll come back. Jokic's too good for it. But I feel like this team right now needs an emotional leader and an emotional anchor for him. And I think Jokic right now, as I watch him, I just find myself frustrated with him. You got up and walked out of the building today because of him.
I can't handle it anymore, man. Like, I really cannot handle the flopping. I can't.
It's because it's been our thing.
Totally.
That's
why.
That's what we can hold over everyone. And it's like he's giving it away.
You talk about that's been our thing. I think right now, Jokic is doing all the things that everyone else could not. You know, like the things that we cherished and loved about him, he's going opposite of. 9 of 22 from the field, it used to be about efficiency. He was doing everything efficient. 0 of 6 from the three-point line. Why are we only settling for three-pointers when you're one of the biggest players in this game and you are outmatched? Turnovers. Jokic didn't just turn the ball over every single play. And then the 5 fouls. It's time, like he's one of the high IQ players in the game. It's the timeliness of the fouls. It's how dumb the fouls are right now. Those are not the things that you've seen when it came to Jokic. So he's doing all the things that you just did not expect from him. So this is just him being out of whack for one, but it's not Jokic.
Nuggets need him. Like when heavy is the head that wears the crown, the Nuggets need him right now to shoulder all of this and to solve it. And the only way to do it is to focus on forget all of these little things. Just go out there and make winning plays. And at the moment, he's still trying to figure it out. Let's take a break. So many things to get to right now. A lot of them we hit on already, but we're going to go by them line by line here on the other side.
I bet that's not the lead-in segment that Raising Cane's thought they paid for. Make your chicken finger dreams come true at Raising Cane's, guys. Where every box combo is filled with craveable, hand-battered, and cooked-to-order chicken fingers. Every crinkle-cut fry comes from grade A premium potatoes. Each thick sliced Texas toast is lightly brushed with Cane's garlic, butter blend, and grilled on the griddle to golden brown perfection. Most importantly, the secret recipe Cane's sauce is made in restaurant every day. Get your box combo today. Make your craveable dreams a reality. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. You know them for the chicken. You know about the sauce. Go try it for yourself. One love.
I might just go get some Raising Cane's right after this.
I might go in segment 2.
What is your order at Raising Cane's, Jeff?
I get the 4-piece.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Also, I like the chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I really like the chicken sandwich.
I might have to get some Raising Cane's after this. Also, shout out to our friends over at Common Spirit. At Common Spirit Health, they're more than just hospitals and clinics. They're a team of passionate and expert caregivers dedicated to your well-being, woven into the very fabric of your community. From preventative care to advanced surgical solutions, their skilled physicians and caring staff are here for you, offering personalized treatment tailored to your unique needs. You can expect a blend of cutting-edge technology with a commitment to human kindness at their 20 hospitals and 240 clinics and care sites right here in Colorado. Whether it's a routine checkup, managing a chronic condition, or responding to an emergency, you can trust Common Spirit to deliver exceptional care that's also close to home. 20 hospitals and 240 clinics and care sites right here in Colorado. That's where you get at Common Spirit Health. Experience the difference compassion makes. Find a Common Spirit location near you and discover a new standard of health and healing by visiting mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos.
All right, back here, segment 2. Make sure you hit the like button. Nuggets are back tomorrow, thank God. Usually I'm like sick of it, but I got to wash this game out of my system. You know what? So I'm glad they have a chance tomorrow, even though it'll be a tough game. One guy we didn't mention, though, there, we kind of briefly referenced him, but I actually want to go into next. I think David Adelman's having a rough month, man.
I do too.
A really rough month. And there were some weird calls tonight, including who he closed games with. You talk about the clutch. I do wonder how much of that has to do with, the clutch is like who you really are, which is what's so scary about the Nuggets being bad, is the clutch is who you really are. And the Nuggets just don't look like the same team. And I'm watching this and I'm going, I haven't loved what the Nuggets have been building towards over this last bit. And I don't like some of the decisions they made tonight, like going with Tim Hardaway Jr., who was off all night.
That was a really weird one, man. I mean, you put him in to space the floor on an offensive possession, and you go with him over Julian Strawther? Like, Tim Hardaway's been ice cold. Strawther's been really good. I thought that should have been Strawther. And then there was the that non-challenge. I haven't seen the replay, so I mean, maybe the Nuggets wouldn't have won it.
I don't know that they would have. We did only see the one replay. It's one of those ones
but
where
why wouldn't you just try it, even if you're going to take the timeout right after anyway?
Yeah. That one doesn't bother me quite as much. I mean, unless we see a replay where it's like definitively, but I think that one's a tougher call than we give it credit for. But it doesn't matter. That's one of like 10 things that
it just feels like they're unorganized right now.
Yeah,
They are a little unorganized, and it's a little hectic sometimes on the bench, it looks like.
And it's, look, new faces in and injuries and all of that, but they were very much organized in the final 5 minutes of games for a long time. And right now they're not. And so it's in a results-based business. Some of this has to fall on the staff as well. There's no doubt.
I think one of the things, just to push back on that, because I do agree with you that I think there's probably something to it. I think AG completes the clutch time more than we give credit for often, because it's the Murray Jokic 2-man game. But he is the piece that is like, he has so much gravity on the dunker. He can do so many things to set the table early because you have to guard him with the big. You don't want to switch. And I think not having him does change the dynamic. Like, you don't have that same pull. And I think that has a lot. And he hasn't really been around this season outside of those first 8 games.
Defensively, too, he makes a massive difference in the clutch, which is really where the clutch struggles have been largely.
Yeah,
offensively, it hasn't been as good, but I think they're still like 10th or something.
Yeah.
Defensively, they're 29th. I mean, it's like...
But like 10th also isn't...
Yeah.
It still
That's
reveals
not-
something.
they're
you know what I
falling
mean?
way short.
It does. You're like, you start with the defense, but there's still something not clicking.
Absolutely.
On
And
the
forget
other
the
end as
number,
well.
man. We're just watching it. There's like weird possessions.
sure.
We're like, what?
Especially when that was your bread and butter. Like they went to that. The clutch, if it was a close game, you know that you had Jokic, you had Murray. So you were confident in those situations.
Yep.
You don't have that right now. And then you drop to number 10 when they were just looking like a historical offense.
Yep.
So like there is a change that's happened. And it could be, not having Aaron Gordon, but also they're just not on the same page.
And this is where, you wonder about a guy like Adelman. Like, let's just say it's not his fault. Because, again, it's hard. Everybody wants to rush to blame the coach. I think there's some real concerns I have with him at the moment. But the real question is, how do you handle when a team is struggling right now, when Jokic is not in it? And, for all the things I just think I see and know about Adelman, I don't know if he's the guy that can go to Jokic and say, hey, man, what's going on here? What do you need from me? And also, like, here's what I need from you. I don't know if it's the kind of guy that's like that. We love him because he's the mad scientist, but this one we need the mad diplomat.
And he said he was very clear about this when he had the interim role, when he took the job. He said, I don't want to focus on that stuff. I want the players and the adults that are now adults in that locker room to handle it. Like that was how he laid it out. And so in that sense, if you just kind of acknowledge, fine, that's not an Adelman strength. Murray and Jokic, I think it's not just playing better, taking a little bit of ownership of it, perhaps, and maybe trying to set a different tone in that locker room. Some of it falls on them as well. But that's one thing you lost from Michael Malone, who took a lot of shots on the way out of here, some of them justified, but I just look, they were really good in the clutch when he was the coach, and I thought he did a better job kind of being the adult in that room and motivating guys. And when he wasn't able to do that anymore, it was time. But for a long time, that is something he did really well. And right now, it does feel like this group is kind of missing that traditional kind of front-facing leader.
Let's talk about Jamal Murray's night tonight. He had 20 points on 5 of 15 shooting, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. It's weird because I felt like his defense was really good for large portions of this game. And like he was emphasizing it, like other guys had it going early on and he's, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to defend. But the offense still struggled. And then the clutch thing, man, missing a free throw to win the game.
I mean, this is now just going to be a thing forever.
It's weird because Jamal is known for game-winning shots. He's actually known for...
And he's been an incredible free throw shooter his entire career.
And then all of a sudden this year, we have 3 examples of him missing a free throw that could tie the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of it. But his night overall, I just thought was a little off.
It wasn't a great night. Offensively, he really struggled for most of the game. Cleaned it up and got to 20 points with the fourth quarter, but most of the game he struggled on offense. Him and Jokic, just disaster games offensively for the most part. Defensively, though, was really interesting because their first half defense, I think, largely was very good. Yeah. And they were boxing out. They were really making rotations. They were flying around defensively. It was almost like, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if this was the case, the point of emphasis over the All-Star break from this team was just, we have to defend better. And that carried over into the first half. That was very evident, I thought.
I thought even in the second half, to be honest with you, the Nuggets played tonight like it was, okay, we had our powwow.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome, it's time to turn it on and go. And here's a theory for you tonight, Dev. Did they run out of gas? Is part of the reason they were so tough on offense is they're just not used to giving this much effort.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh wow, they've been playing at 70% effort all year, and all of a sudden you try to go to 90% effort. It's like we're not in shape for that yet.
I mean, I think that there could be something there, but also I just think that they played shitty. Like they just aren't playing well right now. And with Jamal, I really do feel like he's having a hard time reading what the game like is bringing to him right now, because I think early on he was very engaged on both ends of the floor. Especially defensively, but then that's where he puts, everything is in that basket of I'm just going to be defensive. I'm just going to try to, make sure that everyone else is happy instead of being aggressive. And that's when he was playing at his best, and that's also when the Nuggets looked at their best, is when he was aggressive and he was scoring. Right now, he's not getting the same double teams that he was getting. Right now, he's not getting all of the attention. So it's like, okay, go make plays happen. Go be aggressive. Go get downhill and finish. And he's not doing that until the fourth quarter right now. So there could be the fatigue factor of like, I'm going to just try to play this game. Because, there are so many miles right now on this season where he could just be tired. But also, like, he's waiting all the way into the fourth quarter until he makes a move. And it's just too late at that point. So the numbers don't say he was bad because he did the rebounding. He did the assist. But he's really not engaged the entire time. You have to put it together for 4 quarters.
You've said in the past, Dev, that one of the underrated aspects of what Jamal has to sort of navigate is sometimes you don't necessarily know what kind of Jokic you're going to get. Like sometimes you're playing Robin to the greatest offensive force we've ever seen, and sometimes he's just a bit more passive in that first half. And I almost feel like for a month there, Murray was just like, well, I just got to be in go mode, and if I can't score, I got to set career high in assists as I get double teamed. Now guys are back. Jokic is back, but also kind of, and in a weird way.
Yeah.
And it almost seems like that's led to maybe Jamal overthinking how he gets involved in a sense. So just thought of that point you've made in the past, Deb, seems relevant.
There was a turnover that they had in the clutch where Murray just picked up his dribble coming off a Jokic screen. And it was just like, dude, you guys have done this a million times. Like, it was just a really weird play.
Yep. You're right. That one where he just almost threw it out of bounds.
Very strange one here. Let me just ask the big question here, and we got a couple minutes for a break. Maybe this will bleed into the next one. It feels like we're playing the same game 5 times in a row now, and they've won a couple of them, but they've lost more. Maybe it's 6 games or something. Maybe it's 7. I don't know. It's been a while, but it feels like the same game where we're watching it going like, all right, if they can just get their rhythm, they'll pull away, and they just never do.
This team is not sharp. They're not sharp. They're not locked in like they can be.
But is it, and I guess let me go to you first on this one, Vogt. Is it a slump? Or is there maybe something to this team? Like the pieces are all there, but for some reason something's missing that's not, that they have to figure out. Or is it just a slump?
Slump isn't, because some kind of implies that it's just sort of happening. I do think it's bizarrely the result of this kind of whiplash of the team they were for a month, then getting some pieces back, except you're not getting the very best version of some of those pieces, particularly Murray and Jokic. So I don't want to say it's just a slump. I don't think it's necessarily who they are like in a month from now. It's who they are right now. It does feel like these are real concerns that they have to dig their way out of. Again, there's a version of this team that I still believe is in there that is better than a lot of this, but they have to dig themselves out of this hole right now. A lot of these are like, there are some patterns forming, right? We're to your point, like we are seeing a lot of the same kind of ugly dynamics rear their heads at untimely moments. And it is who they are right now. And it's something that they have to eschew.
I think it's sorry. I think it's more, not to say that this is the answer, but my look at it is Jokic is just not Superman right now. So they're trying to like feed off of that. What do we do now? Because we've seen him just take us home. There's times, at this part, we would just kick our feet up and just know like Jokic is going to take us home. We feel confident. And I'm sure that them playing alongside him, they were so used to he's going to hit shot after shot. Those bunnies, those are easy shots. Clutch time shots. He was knocking those down, and he's not doing that right now. So it's what's next? How do we go through that? And they have. Then this is not to just knock on Adelman, but they have a coach that talks them, through it and just lets them read and react instead of a guy that's inspiring but also challenging them when it's not, in a funk. There's not a guy right now that challenges them. So they're just really just going through the motions and trying to figure out. And sometimes it's going to work. A lot of times it has not worked. But I think it all comes down to Jokic. And then from there, it fizzles down to Murray. And those two have not been at the same page.
I actually think this is exactly it. Because if you think about it, this was probably, if you gave the average, of all Jokic's games he's played in the regular season over the last 7 years, this is probably a bottom 10 percentile, maybe 5 percentile game from him. It was a really bad Jokic game tonight. Yeah. And they lost by 1. If you got a 50th percentile Jokic game, they probably win by 7. And if you get an 80th percentile game, they win by 20. So I really do think you're right that we're probably talking more about Bruce, more about Strawther, more about Cam and the positives of the game because enough happened to win except for Jokic and Murray and, those two guys.
Yeah. I mean, Nikola Jokic, when he is Nikola Jokic, covers up a lot of things, for every version of the Nuggets that he's played with. At the same time, he does deserve a lot of blame for how lackadaisical they've looked here since he's come back. But yeah, I think that's a lot of it. When Jokic isn't Jokic, it just creates a lot of other problems naturally. One thing spills into another, and that's kind of where we're at.
And they were just a certain version of a team that figured out how to play without him. And a lot of that was Peyton Watson. And now, you know what I mean? Relying on him. Yeah. And I mean, he's not there behind Aaron Gordon. So these are valid things to point to. But there's a sort of bottom line of what they need to kind of salvage all this.
The other thing is that this has been a historically bad year of injuries, and this has been a wild season.
Well, we have to take another break. We're going to keep diagnosing it. I will say there are some good positives, though, in this game. And honestly, like I said, we're so close to talking about guys who haven't been playing well, starting to play well consistently. We'll get to those guys on the other side.
Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. Trucks have been a part of Toyota's DNA for generations. Toyota has built durable legends destined for greatness and perfect for Colorado. Whether you're conquering off-road trails or hauling the way to the world, there's a Toyota truck that's just right for you, like the all-new 2025 Tacoma and the return of the iconic 2025 Land Cruiser. Toyota offers 17 models with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive like the Epic 4Runner. They also currently offer more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. That gives you, the customer, numerous choices to reduce your carbon footprint if that's what you're after. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe in Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
Who on this panel has owned a Toyota?
Me. Three of them. 2 Highlanders, 1 RAV4.
I drove my uncle's old Camry that had been in his garage for years and years. And it's just, I'm just driving. I didn't know anything about checking the engine and checking oil. And I blew a hole in the engine the first night I drove it. So
good testimonial.
Yeah. That was on me. That was on me.
Damn, that sucks. Check out Xfinity and their 5-year price guarantee. What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? What if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense, and lets you stream the game even while the whole family is online. How about that? All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years at the same price, locked in. That's what you get with Xfinity. And the best part is no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Xfinity's best equipment is included. Lock in your price, unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. You can learn more at xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. Lock in your price with Xfinity for 5 years. Get Xfinity. You don't have to worry about internet for another 5 years. How good is that? Lock it in with Xfinity. Their 5-year price guarantee. Learn more at xfinity.com.
All right, back here, segment 3. I want to tell everybody on Monday we're having a very cool thing happen at the bar. If you haven't watched Soul Power, this documentary from George Carl on the ABA, it's really good. I mean, I'm so into this thing. Way better than watching the Nuggets. Way better. And on Monday, we're going to have a live viewing of the first episode of it. It's an hour long. It's really good. And then after that, George Carl will be here along with 2 original Denver Nuggets from the ABA Denver Nuggets and the ABA Rockets. That is Chuck Williams and Grant Simmons. Really cool to get to hear talk about the history of the NBA. We'll talk a little bit about Jokic and this team. It's going to be really cool. So if you're into that kind of thing, and I think you should be, I'm so pumped for this event. It's going to be really, really cool. That's next Monday. You can RSVP up on our website. All right. One more guy I kind of want to talk about negative before we try to be a little bit more positive spin on this one. Underwhelming game from Christian Braun. Defensively, I thought he did some stuff to Kawhi that was promising. He had some moments there, but it is interesting that so many guys are going off this year. Peyton Watson, now Julian Strawther. There's a lot of guys like playing really well, and Christian Braun just has a lot of these nights where it's like he doesn't have a way of contributing outside of the slip screens and the fast breaks that weren't really there tonight. And when those aren't there, he has 7 points.
That is true. He's so limited on how he can score.
Yep.
Like, it really does have to be in transition, just get downhill, power your way through, or go and try to dunk it or finish around the rim. And even there was one in this one that he should have dunked it, got it beat off the backboard.
That was bad.
Because he didn't go down and put it, with authority. He's not knocking down the 3-ball. He does not even feel confident at all in shooting the 3-ball. Turned down a lot of shots in this one. And you talk about, everyone else being in that starting lineup. They benefit from being alongside those other guys. He's not benefiting there, so he kind of is forced to start because, you're definitely not going to get it in the second unit. You want so much more for him offensively. Defensively, you're playing against Kawhi Leonard, so you want to slow him down, and I feel like there were times that he had those plays, but you want to see the consistency there, and you're not seeing that with Christian as he works himself back into playing.
Yeah, definitely a step back from the couple good games he puts together before the break. Thought his defense was okay. His offense, though, like you guys said, left a lot to be desired. It seemed like to me, along with the defense, it seemed like running and more fast break opportunities was a point of emphasis too, because the Nuggets were flying up the floor.
They were.
This whole game, and maybe that was partly going against the Clippers, a team that doesn't really get back in transition, as we know. They were trying to really get up the floor quick in transition. So CB had, a couple opportunities there, but didn't really convert.
He had that one where he just didn't go up for the dunk and ended up getting blocked, which is
Dev just said that, yeah.
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
those are the ones that scare me about it.
Totally. He's got to just dunk that, man. And the 3-point shot,
Leave him on the ground, bro.
I can't.
God,
to me,
my tallest friend.
honestly, if you're going to pinpoint any specific area where the clutch offense is really struggling and a reason for it struggling, I think Aaron Gordon not being there is probably number one. Christian Braun is not a great clutch time player on offense because in the clutch, you're not really getting out in transition. You're pretty much running the same play a lot of times down. You're running Jokic Murray pick and roll with 2 shooters in the corners and 1 guy in the dunker spot. If Christian Braun is your guy in one of those corners, that totally changes how the defense guards you. It totally changes everything. And think about where you were 2 years ago, going from KCP and Michael Porter in those 2 corners
100%.
to where you are now with CB and Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson is a KCP MPJ level shooter. Christian Braun is obviously a guy defenses don't really have to worry about. So that could be a reason for the offensive struggles in the clutch. He's just got to shoot the ball more, man. You got to shoot the ball more if you're in his position playing the minutes he is.
You guys want to talk some positives?
Please.
Finally.
Let's talk some positives here. Cam Johnson was aggressive. He actually has 18 points in this game, 6 of 12 shooting, only 2 of 7 from 3, and he did have some open ones late in this game that could have swung things. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, but the way he started this game was like, that first quarter was the best I've seen him look in terms of this is what I do in the offense.
And really aggressive.
Yeah.
And he had that one where there was a bit of a miscommunication with Jokic on what exactly he wanted to do, and Cam just stepped into a mid-range really confidently.
Yep.
He looked really good. And then I thought from there, some of the shot making did kind of really cool down a little bit. I thought there were some untimely misses from Cam tonight. Obviously, he was a big part of that defensive breakdown in that play you mentioned after the Clippers called timeout and thought they could advance it but could not. So there were some lowlights. Generally speaking, I thought he played well. That one play where he just had the perfect angle and sprinted all the way to grab the loose ball.
Man.
Nice play.
Yeah. Really
So,
good play.
I mean, there were some impressive moments from Cam tonight. I thought he missed a couple of threes that really could have changed this outcome. So,
and they were open. They're the type that seem like the easy ones.
yeah, I thought he looked pretty good in that first quarter, but to be honest, I ended up being a touch underwhelmed with the rest of it.
I loved how he looked physically. Like he looks like he's moving well, finally. Because it has been a long time. On that play, like that was a full-on sprint, which we haven't seen, like the physical plays. He's getting to the basket and trying to finish above the rim. And then also, it doesn't look like he's trying to read where to be on the floor. Like it looks like he's starting to just become part of the offense. I'm supposed to cut here. I'm going to make the plays here. Like I don't feel like he's forcing things because he has to. You talk about him missing open shots. He's getting open shots right now. And he's staying shot ready and he's being physical. 12 field goal attempts in this game. You want to see him up that, and it comes with him knocking some down, but at least he's taking them right now. So I think this is a good game from him and a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah. And then the big news here, though, is Julian Strawther, man. 18 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. My God, man, 6 of 10 from 3. He is just... This is by far the most consistent he has looked, because I don't know how many games it is in a row now, 8 or so, or 9 of the last 10 or 11. He's just looking so good out there, and he's getting threes. It takes 11 shots tonight, 10 of them are threes. That's what I love.
Yep.
We're not doing the dribble around stuff. No, take your early threes, knock them down with confidence, and he's shooting it with confidence. He's actually, those first 2 threes he took were like, he looked like Tim Hardaway out there. Just let no conscious. I know these are going in.
This is a great stretch from him right now. And just think about, he got 25 minutes in this game and everybody wanted more against the Clippers. Like, that's just not something that you expect from Julian
6th most minutes, you're right. Really 5th.
He's knocking down shots. He's shot ready every single time. He's spacing the floor. If you take away his shooting from deep, that was a bad shooting night from the Nuggets,
right.
but he knocked him down and he's looking good right now. As far as the 18 points, if you really like, and that's why I think it's so big on like the Jokic and Jamal. If you said earlier in the season, 18 points from Julian Strawther, 19 points for Bruce Braun off the bench, 18 points from Cameron Johnson, that's going to be a win for sure. Like you're wanting those type of plays. From those guys. That means that it was probably a blowout. But no, they lost the game. So you want him to just continue to stay in this stretch right now, and he looks good as a starter. That's a good decision.
I think, though, Harrison, I think he looks good enough right now that even when guys get healthy, I'm like, I want to see more of him. I don't want him out of the rotation.
Yeah, it's because you trust him right now. I mean, he's just kind of one of the guys that you expect to go out there and play well. You have faith that he's going to give you good minutes now because he's done it for, a few weeks in a row now. He's shooting with a lot of confidence. It almost seems like he's cleaned up a little bit of, something in his jumper where it doesn't seem that noisy anymore. He's got a pretty loud jump shot. Like there's a lot of stuff going on with it, but it seems like he's cleaned up some things or something. He's real clean release. His shot looks great right now. Shooting some deep threes too. So I'm loving how he's playing. I have faith in Julian Strawther to go out there and give the Nuggets good minutes if he's in this role.
At one point tonight, he was 6 of 7 from 3.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that means he missed his open looks down the stretch as well. But
and he had one in particular that was
for
really
sure,
good.
and that matters. Although at a certain point, you are like, okay, am I asking this guy to go 8 of 10 from 3? He just looks really confident. And we talked about how it felt like the other stuff was coming together. Now we wanted him to be an actualized 3-point shooter and not just a theoretical one. And right now he looks like one. And I like you said, I just love that 10 of the 11 shots were threes. They needed that from him tonight. Julian's playing really well. He's playing really confidently. He's playing really hard. He's still mistake prone at times and will totally blow an assignment on defense here and there, but he's also making more effort plays on defense. So I'm really impressed by him, and I'm really intrigued by where this goes as they're still shorthanded.
Well, and it's really also important for next year. If Julian Strawther is a guy they can count on next year as a rotation piece, I'm already looking at their roster next year, hoping they can find 10 guys. He right now is like, oh, you know what? That's a guy. He looks like he's playing like it every single night. Bruce Brown, the other story, 19 points, 6 of 9 shooting, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, this guy played with cojones again. It was in that second quarter that he started going, and after every single one of them, he looked at that Clippers bench and let him know about it, man.
I gotta know who he was talking shit to. Was it Van Gundy?
You think that's who it was?
I don't know.
It's Van Gundy. He's like, yeah, we go way back.
I don't know who it could have been.
But Bruce Brown, man, I mean, somebody put this in my mentions today, and it's absolutely true. Foxhole guy, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just total foxhole guy.
Especially because a month and a half ago, we had this conversation where if you had to trim it to 8 guys right now, is Bruce on the outside?
Is he washed?
And I think at that time we had him at 9. But the way we framed it was he has to play himself back into this conversation. And that's all he's done since.
Yeah.
And, he is moving a little better, but to the point you were just making, it almost feels like he looked straight up like he had nothing left to contribute on offense. Yeah. And he just kind of dug deep and found some. He's really unafraid. He will talk trash if he's 3 of 9. He's not afraid to be embarrassed. The Kevin Durant moment didn't really swing his way. That Bruce will live with that, And I think he just almost willed his way out of what looked like a really damning kind of slump, if not just end of a peak for a role player. Really, really impressive stuff from him. I've really enjoyed watching him play the last month or so, and tonight, if they had won, it would have been my big takeaway.
He had 19 points, and it was the loudest 19 points.
Yeah, every single one of those was loud.
He lets everyone know that he just scored a basket, and he had a stretch where he brought them some fire. Big Val was ready to fight in this game. Yeah. They're going at it with everyone else, and you need somebody that, he's a foxhole guy, but that's just going to inspire. It's going to get everybody else going, and he does that. And he plays himself through that. That's when he's playing at his best, is when he's yapping, when he's pissed off. He's grabbing rebounds. He's making the extra plays. He's in their bench talking trash. That's what you need from a guy off the bench, and he had good minutes.
They really lost this game because of Benedict Mathurin.
Oh, my God.
And a little bit of an outlier game from him. 38 points off of the bench.
A bit.
38 points off the bench. Well, here's why I say a bit. Because I do wonder if this is part of the weakness for Denver, though. We talked about them signing KJ Simpson in part just because maybe they wanted a guy that could attack these smaller guards. And I'm again, I don't think Benedict Mathurin will score this all the time on Denver, but I do wonder if that's the type of guy they can't guard, man. A guy who can shoot and is quick.
Yeah, and also they really, really seem to allow some big and loud performances from the next guy up. Defensively, they seem to only have so much kind of focus and effort that they can dole out, right? So tonight it was about stopping Kawhi Leonard.
Even with that, Clippers only scored 115.
Yeah.
Sure. No, I thought
and all the free throws too.
But it does feel like as they load up to stop one guy, they don't have enough kind of discipline and prowess to then shut off these next guys. And Mathurin is a microwave scorer. He will do this sometimes, right? The efficiency will come and go. When he gets hot, he gets really hot. But it just feels like a lot of guys like this are getting hot against Denver this season.
Pisses me off.
Yeah.
It really does make me. It's always a career night for somebody.
Benedict.
His name is Benedict.
Benedict.
Crying out loud. It just.
Yeah, Langerhauser almost had a career night too.
Langerhauser.
It's Lightning.
I kind of like him, man. I'm buying stock. Lederhoser?
Lederhosen. Yeah, Benedict Mathurin, man. So, Nuggets. I don't know what to make of this, man. I was so excited for
Here's
them
the
to be
thing.
back.
They could go to Portland tomorrow night, right? Portland?
Yeah, they could.
They could win, and we'd feel a lot better about this team.
Yeah, you split on a back-to-back.
Things can really shift quickly this time of year. You need to just stack a couple wins in a row and build some momentum. That can change the whole feel of your season, especially in this time we're in right now.
I'll push back in one way. I don't think tomorrow will be like if you won tomorrow would be enough. And then part of this is because it does.
I know. I'm not saying it would be enough.
Part is because we're seeing the same game over and over over again that you kind of need a stretch. You know,
Well,
Denver needs a stretch.
What happens if Jokic scores like 45?
Yeah.
Well,
That changes your mindset.
For sure.
Like,
we need a Yoke reminder game very
is he still
badly.
good? Yeah. Like,
So with Yoke, I think his knee is still bothering him. Just because you can see during the game when his minutes are in the 20s, 30s, he starts limping. Like you can notice it. I just feel like he's still kind of playing through that a little bit.
maybe it feels it as the game goes on.
Yeah, it just kind of gets a little sore probably as the game goes
Well,
on. The wrist
I was
tonight.
going to say, I think
wrist
the
is
wrist might be
definitely
the
an
bigger
issue.
story.
He started this game with a wrap on his wrist, took it off at halftime, and then it was really bothering him in the fourth, you could tell. And his touch was off all game.
And it was the wrist, and then he gets hit pretty hard against
got
it
hit hard,
in
yeah.
the fourth, and you could see him reach for it,
Yep.
you know, kind of holding on to it. But I mean, again, a lot of this feels like excuses because I think Yoke can miss shots. Yoke can do some of the stuff. It's just more the...
And he's played through this wrist stuff many, many, many times and had historic games with it too.
Nuggets have to come together. I mean, here's what I will say as we kind of wrap up our thoughts here is I do think the Nuggets are not in a slump because a slump is like, oh, the ball's not bouncing your way. I think it's more than that. I think it's deeper than that. What I don't think it is by any means, and I mean this one I feel I know for certain, it is not their final form. The question is, will they find their final form? But we do this every year when the team goes through a hard patch or when they haven't quite figured it out. And it's like, yeah, this team is fake if this is who they are. And it's like, well, it's just who they are right now. And the Nuggets have to find a way out. The problem is this year, as things stand right now in the Western Conference, it is tough. Denver falls to 4th seed right now behind the Houston Rockets tonight as they get a win, a tough win over the Charlotte Hornets, who have been the hottest team in basketball.
Yeah.
And now it's one of those things where you look at it and say, there's not that many games left, 26 games left. They have to. I'll say this. The Nuggets are the 2 seed going into the playoffs. I'll pick them to win the championship. They're the 3 seed. I probably pick them, but I won't feel good about it. I'll just be riding the vibe. But I'll still be like, you know what? They can get it done. Why not? If they're a 4 or 5 or 6 seed, it's going to be so tough because you're talking about every single round of the playoffs will be a dogfight.
Yep.
So 2 seed to me is like actually kind of important. You fall 5 games back. It's almost impossible at this point. But 3 seed now, it's still there. But it just means there's not time. There's not
They're
time
5
for
games
this.
back of the 2 seed? Mm-hmm. Wow. I didn't realize it was that many.
I mean, I don't think you're catching San Antonio. You do play them 3 times, but
You could catch them. It's probably not likely, though, that they'll catch them, though.
it's true. San Antonio continues to just keep playing well. They had a dominant win tonight.
They're just good.
They're just good.
Really good.
Yep, they're just absolutely pretty
Yeah,
dominant.
you really want that 2 seed because the play-in teams are weak this year. Really weak compared to recent years.
3 seed, I think, is kind of a
2 seed
side.
is the prize.
4 or 5 are like just nightmare.
I'm with you.
All right, we got some super chats.
All right. R Pop 43 pointless Adelman sub 100% iced Murray. If he hits 2, have to let him keep his rhythm for the 3rd.
I've seen this a bunch.
Me too.
This is
I'm
bullshit.
I'm surprised people are so
this
into
is
this
not.
one, man.
This is not at all.
I agree.
Actually,
Jamal's got to hit free throws, man. Ice Jamal
and
Murray.
you
as a
you
free throw
put
shooter.
your rebounder in every time in that
because it gives you a
situation.
marginal chance to tip the ball in, which is why not do it? I don't agree with that one.
I mean, Jamal Murray in the clutch this season is shooting 76% from the free throw line.
I mean, 3
Do you
of those
have
are
his totals there?
Totals? No, I don't.
yeah, dude, total.
I will, though, in a second. He is 30 of 39 in the clutch.
So a decent
Yeah.
amount.
Pretty decent.
It's quite a few to miss.
Sample size. And that's a guy who is a much better shooter outside of that from the free throw line. C Pizzle 24, not going to allow one bad game to dictate the season. We'll be fine. Tomorrow we bounce back. Bet big on Jamal.
All right.
All right.
Ryan B, pregnant man tonight. Best 2 players awful. Let's run the offense where they only touch it for 5 minutes. Oh, and let's ice our own free throw shooter. Pathetic.
People are mad at Adelman, man. He's losing the audience.
Game Shine, the Nuggets product right now, is trash.
See, this is the part. This is the part that honestly sucks about it. But the home losses and everything
I know.
else is that
It's
the Nuggets,
been a rough season, man.
the Nuggets have not been. I mean, I think the season was phenomenal for like 2 months. I remember how good the Nuggets were early on, and it was awesome. But it's been 6 weeks,
Just compared to
7 weeks, maybe. Yeah, 7. But I think before that we forgot how awesome it was. Like I just was so certain this team was everything we thought they were. And they haven't been that now for 2
For me,
months.
it's really most of just February. Vladislav, 41 free throw attempts in the fourth. Adam Silver, retire. Bitch.
Yeah.
Right there, Port.
He's not wrong about this one, man. This game, we didn't even talk
What
about it.
happened?
Hey, because we are honorable and noble analysts out here. You know, we don't just go to the easy thing. But that game was so annoying the way it was officiated.
Dude.
How
And
many
then, of
free
course,
throws?
it ends with Jamal Murray at the line.
Not fouled, by the way. You
Yeah,
gotta
there
be
was
kidding
a
me.
little bit of a balls don't lie moment there.
Yeah.
The Nuggets, we did not deserve to win that game, man.
Smug Nug. Adam, you said get ready for some low posts, for some lows post All-Star break, but this was not the game I thought would qualify. I'm genuinely concerned. I would rest guys tomorrow. You can't rest guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got to go win.
Told you guys. I did think so.
Ryan B, the defining word of the last month, undisciplined.
Totally,
there's
man.
something to
I
that.
mean, that was my big takeaway. Like, they're just not a smart team right now. Like, there's so much. Tim Hardaway fouling.
That was so dumb.
Like, you just obviously just talked about that in the timeout that you were just in.
And you were talking
Why
about-
was Tim Hardaway even in the game for defense? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because Adelman's explanation for sort of closing with Tim sometimes is he's a veteran and we can sort of trust him and he's been in those situations. So kind of ironic.
defense?
Kind of ironic with how it shook out in this scenario. Maddox Otter, quite frankly, this team cannot win the title. All right.
Negative.
I'm going to count that as negative. Yeah.
That's a negative.
Yoki doke. Yeah, this one's on Yoke. But whatever. At least no one new got hurt. Seeding won't matter. It's going to come down to whose hamstring is healthier, AGs or J-dubs.
It really might.
I mean, might be true.
Stray Flick, congrats, folks. The Denver Nuggets are now officially closer to falling into the play-in than they are the 2 seed. The collapse keeps collapsing.
Negative.
They're back in
Damn
the
it.
thick of
Very
it.
I'm
negative.
going to say negative, yeah. Macahroo, we all want another chip, but if Yoke and Maul don't want it, then it's time to pack up the expectations. We have the pieces, but we need Malone's mindset.
Man, it's been a great month for Malone.
To be fair, the first 2 months before that were terrible. So
When Peyton Watson was going off.
how will it end? It's a long season.
It's a long season.
Stay
We'll
tuned.
find
Smug Nug. Used to live for Nugs in the clutch. Now I expect L's. I think that's
We're all
fair.
there right now, man.
Pigskin propaganda. Get us now. I'll be at the game tomorrow talking trash and asking for all the smoke Portland's got. Hold your heads up. 23 felt like this till it didn't.
Hey, I love it, man. It's true.
That is true.
5-5-5-5-5-5-5-ish. Happy 5 months. 418 bench 3-pointers down, only 137 till 555. The margin for error for this team right now is razor thin. How will Adelman respond?
Dude, more people seem to be, Adelman seems to be the main character of the chat today.
Oh, the AI generated summary is not happy about Adelman. Very anti-Adelman.
Okay.
Yvonne, NBG, 62-12. Detroit 2 times. The Knicks, Spurs, Dallas, Magic, Cavs, Golden State Warriors. All the games the Nuggets lost by 5 and less. Most of them are by 1 point. This team became Project Bullshit in the club.
God.
Yoke looks out of shape. I knew we were going to get a Project Bullshit tonight. I really did. Nash Sweden.
I kind of
Jokic,
thought we were maybe going to get a Project Dynasty this season.
Jokic should be on 3-point attempts restriction. Nash Sweden. We still would have lost this game even in overtime. Bad. Ryan B1. All I hear when Adelman says he wants the players to handle the locker room is that Adelman won't hold anyone accountable. Certainly hasn't so far.
It's tough, man. I mean, this is a veteran team. This is a veteran team that's been through the battles, that's been through the wars, like the core of this team has. And I don't think Adelman is naturally that guy. So unless he has to be, I don't think he wants to take on that role.
Yeah.
Whereas Malone,
Also,
that was Michael Malone.
I'll also say I don't think there was a moment for this. The guys they're playing great. Guys got hurt. They did pretty good.
Right.
It's only when Yoke came back that they've fallen apart, and that's only been like 6 games or
Right,
something.
right,
It's
yeah.
not-
Yeah,
Totally.
so
I mean,
like-
you look back at the injury plague stretch were the biggest part of it. Adelman did an
Great.
incredible job.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Christoph Shabak. Truther. Wow, that's that I'm not saying it. That sucked. First possessions of the game. Jokic complaining to the ref, so happy there is no Colfax in Poland, as I would go deep.
Yeah, and let us know in the chat, what's your location's equivalent of going Colfax mode?
There might not be a Colfax in
If
Poland.
you're in LA, do you go Skid Row mode?
Yeah. Cedric Exquisite, 1999. No wind, No Dev. Hello, Vogt and Adam. Very
Hey.
bad Jokic birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Yoke.
Welcome to this side, buddy.
I know.
It's not so bad on this side.
No, it ain't.
348. In the last 10 games, Jokic hasn't even looked anywhere near a top 15 player. He's embodying all the qualities we thought defined Embiid, except amplified. Oh, and also he can't make a shot. The Jokic faithful have it rough.
negative. Really negative.
All right, cue that outro music, Kale. It's midnight. Actually, it's 12:30. If you stayed made it this far, pat yourself on the back. You are a real one. I hope you're watching this from bed and can just roll over and fall asleep. Us, we have to drive home. But we're back tomorrow. Hit
We'll
the
be
like
back
button on the way
tomorrow.
out.
Be here tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.